Man, I hate being stopped at lights. It's just awful, and there's never anything to look at. Ew.
Off we go.
That's slightly better than yesterday weather-wise. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't have been able to handle them today. Fucking
Yeah.
piss and rain.
Plus we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Lads.
Leave it out.
There's some geography right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Howdy folks, welcome to Wednesday. So Tuesday was not great. It was rainy and pretty terrible. So as we got back down into Chur, it cleared up and it was reasonably okay. And so we went out and it was we actually went over to Burger King, and a meal over in Burger King was 16 francs. So we said, you know what, let's get out of Switzerland. We knew we were on our way out, but we kind of made plans to just get out as soon as humanly possible, so that we could, have reasonable prices on stuff again, and also so that we could see some of Italy. Anyway, this is Wednesday. What we did on Wednesday is we kind of went the long way around up to Davos, and then down through the national park to Stelvio Pass, and we went across Stelvio Pass and into Italy over to Bolzano. So this particular video is just until right before Stelvio Pass. I'm gonna do Stelvio Pass in the next video. Um, this was probably my favorite day. It was like we did the most proper distance and time on the bikes, but just going through these little towns and going through these valleys and stuff like that, going up and over passes and switchbacks is all very well, and we got to do a good bit of that in the afternoon on Stelvio. But this was probably my favorite bit. There was some proper, wastelandy looking stuff, and it looks, fairly grown over, not grown over. It looks fairly sort of desolate because it was October. So it looks really, really well. So we'll have some of that later on. I want to talk a bit about gear, I guess. So the gear was kind of holding up, and it had gotten a good outing the previous day. I had the Rika Rain Warrior stuff, which actually held up really well, apart from me being in Egypt and putting my gloves on over it one time, which got them a bit wet. My lid had started to sort of chafe and dig into my head at this point a little bit. So I had made a couple of adjustments, and I ended up sort of scraping a little bit off the lining on the inside. You're not supposed to do that, but it was that or basically have a big dinge in my head, permanently. It's only when you have to have the lid on all day that you notice this sort of stuff. So there was that. I noticed a couple of pins had come out of my screen on the bike, the windscreen, and nothing serious. I had some electrical tape and taped in the remaining ones, so that'll be. I'll see about getting parts or something like that. I haven't looked at it properly yet. What you might notice today and a bit of tomorrow is our comms, the Sena 10U intercoms that we had, has started to act up a bit. So we had, intercoms going the whole time, and what happened was, I started being super quiet in Graham's headset, and he couldn't hear me a lot of the time, and it was pretty frustrating because having comms kind of changes the whole, dynamic of the trip, where you're able to just chat to each other and point out stuff like, look at that valley there, for example. So that wasn't great, and we had a couple of theories. I think part of it was he had a phone paired to his comms that might have been interfering with the sound. His remote eventually stopped working later on in the week, so not particularly impressed. We're going to probably get those returned or do something else or try some other thing or other, because they were pretty spendy, so they should work. So that was that. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. There'll be a few more bits with us chatting away, and then there will be just some more stuff from the GoPro later on as we go over some of the passes.
Just scream really loud there.
Microphone!
Yeah, I can hear you if you scream, yeah.
Okay, I'll just roar.
It's just getting quieter and quieter and quieter.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's do the thing.
Let's do a thing with the yoke.
Yeah. Heavy cows. There's a still picture for you.
A train.
Nothing coming this way. No, right. I see you. Can't. Right. Proper fucking James Bond country here.
Yeah.
No, another while to go, yeah. 14.
Oh, God, excuse me.
We'll have to put up with 14 more kilometres of this.
Oh, damn it.
Shit.
I'd stay there.
Shit scenery. Oh, the bollocks. Give me the fucking Wicklow Gap any day.